Oh boy, do I have a good one for you today. A really, really good one. Gourmand lovers, you should definitely pay close attention. This is some delicious stuff. I'm talking about, I guess, a relaunch of Xerjoff's Symphonium here. A symphony of delicious notes composed together to create one beautifully delicious gourmand fragrance. This is a 2021 launch, but the fragrance was out in 2015 in one form, and then in 2020, last year, it was also out. Now it's out, available for sale for everyone. I think it was exclusively available last year. So today, in this review video, I'm reviewing Symphonium for you. You're going to find out how delicious this is, coming all right up. Thanks so much for tuning in. This is Sebastian with Smelling Great Fragrance Reviews. Yes, today it's all about Xerjoff's Symphonium. I think Xerjoff as a brand really does two things really great. Ouds and Animalic, oudy kind of fragrances, and gourmands. I prefer the gourmands more than the ouds, but I do appreciate some of the ouds that are not overly animalic. They do great work here with the gourmands, and this is definitely a top-notch gourmand release. As I said, I've seen that this came out once in 2015, once last year. Now it's available everywhere. It's a 2021 launch. They're in bottles, two different size bottles you can pick up. But if you like the idea of gourmand fragrances and you like Xerjoff, you must get your nose on this one. But I'll tell you all the details before I do. If this is your first time tuning into the channel and you still haven't subscribed to the channel, please do click the subscribe button below and also click the bell so that you'll be notified for future videos and giveaways. How many of you are fans of Xerjoff, and what styles of fragrances do you like from this house? Do you like their ouds? Do you like their floral fragrances? Or do you like their gourmands? As I said, Xerjoff does some amazing gourmand fragrances. This is definitely up there. As soon as I put my nose on this one, well, actually I should take that back. First of all, 3 or so months ago, I got a message on Facebook from a friend that said, "Have you gotten your nose on Symphonium yet?" I said, "No, I haven't." He said, "Oh my God," this is the word he used, "Oh my God, it's amazing." And I'm like, okay, he's tempting me with how great this fragrance is. So I was very excited because I do trust his opinion, and he does enjoy some great fragrances, and we've shared messages back and forth, and we like similar fragrances. And he loves gourmands, I love gourmands, so this was a given. So here it is. As soon as I first put my nose on this one, I was like, wow. This reminds me of a dessert drink I used to have back in the 90s when cafes like Starbucks were popping up in cities. I used to drink a chocolate orange mocha. So this is kind of a chocolatey orange oud combination of fragrance styles. So that's what it reminded me instantly. It's like whatever has happened to that whole chocolate orange combination, because it was really popular for a while, and it instantly reminded me of anything that's orange and chocolates together. I mean, there's chocolates out there that you can buy with a little orange. That's chocolate. It's shaped like an orange. You can open it up and it's, like you can peel it like an orange. Kind of like that. But first, let me tell you some details. This is an amber style. It's a gourmand, I would call it amber gourmand, because it's definitely wearing like an amber. I couldn't find a perfumer on this one. Price is 100 ml for 570 euros, 50 ml for 380 euros. I have a link to Xerjoff Universe in the info box. You can go check out the fragrance there and find out as much information from the details on that page about this particular fragrance. So notes for Symphonium are at the top: Spanish Mandarin, orange juice. Heart notes features Indian cardamom, Belgian chocolate. Base notes features Thai oud, Laos oud, Madagascar vanilla. So that's pretty much all the notes they have listed here. The wearing experience is ultra smooth and rich, very buttery and syrupy. Typical amber style of fragrance, those are the kind of fragrances I like. I like it when fragrances are syrupy, sweet, and not dry, because for me, with my dry skin, syrupy fragrances stay on longer than dry fragrances, and this lingers on forever, all day long. But it's absolutely delicious, I've actually worn it around some people that don't like gourmand fragrances, and they were actually excited about this particular fragrance. But the fragrance sprays on immediately with the citruses. So Mandarin orange, orange juice, They're sweet kind of citruses, not tart. There's no tartness here. It's not a lemon. It's not bergamot. Just the perfect balance of sweet citruses that beautifully blend with Belgian chocolate as a note. And as I said, it totally took me back to those days when orange and chocolate was a very popular delicacy. I've had plenty of chocolate covered oranges and you know, drank that kind of like a mocha with this orangey syrup that's put in with, you know, chocolate, obviously. So it instantly reminded me of that, and that was a delicious thing because I like gourmand fragrances, but I'm starting to see that gourmand fragrances are starting to remind me of one another. Here, this was something like a breath of fresh air, something that I haven't experienced before. The fact that there's lots of orangey touches here with a very smooth, silky smooth Belgian chocolate. Now, I was talking about dry cacao recently in another video. Here, it's definitely silky, smooth, syrupy, melted kind of experience. Not dry, dusty cacao experience. You can totally experience it here, and it blends beautifully with that orangey touch up top. But here also in the heart, there's some light dustings of cardamom. It's very aromatic, it's spicy, but just the right amount, because recently I was reviewing another Xerjoff fragrance. I felt like the cardamom was a little too much. Here, it's perfection. Really perfect blended. It's the right amount, not too much. Just a little you need to add this like accentuation of some spices against the creamy Belgian chocolate. And to me, this is not necessarily ultra dark chocolate. For me, I get a milk/dark chocolate combo. So it's the best of both worlds. Because I used to really love dark chocolate, and now I'm kind of more into milk chocolate because I started noticing that dark chocolate's starting to get bitter, and I don't like bitter chocolate for some reason. So I kind of like it a nice balance. I like a little bit of milk added in there with the chocolate, but I like my, you know, darkness in the chocolate, and that's pretty much what I'm getting here with this one. But it's lots of chocolates and lots of oranges. But here, once we finally get to the base, you do experience oud, and they claim that there's two kinds of oud. And you know, there are light animalic touches in the dry down, but this is so beautifully gourmand that those animalic touches don't get in the way. They don't interfere, and they don't interrupt the addictive smells of the oranges mixed with the cardamom and the Belgian chocolate. Yum is what I should say. So, should I call this an oud lover's fragrance? I wouldn't call this an oud lover's fragrance, because if an oud lover does not like gourmand fragrances, this might not be it for them. For me, it's more of a gourmand fragrance with the addition of oud to kind of have some contrast in it, you know? Makes for a woody, ambery experience, because we also have that vanilla in the base, and it blends beautifully with the oud. And I think this is the reason why I'm not getting much of an animalic experience with the ouds here, because these types of ouds are supposed to be animalic. But everything is perfectly blended. It's just the right amount, you know? It's just perfection. And it is a really delicious treat to wear. Now, for summertime, might be a little too much, but come fall and winter, you're going to be in an orange chocolate heaven when you're wearing this one. It's that delicious. So we've got sweet touches, lots of chocolatey touches, and of course orangey touches. Those are all really prominent. I wouldn't call this a citrus fragrance. I would call it an orange fragrance, because for me, citrus immediately reminds me of lemons and bergamot and things like that. Oranges are citruses, but they're sweet citruses, and it's blended here perfectly. Vanillic, it comes to mind as well. And you know, the fragrance does get a little powdery, so there are some light powdery touches, but it's warm and spicy, and I think it's, I'm going to say it again, it's perfection. It's a very delicious treat to wear Symphonium, and it's a symphony after all, and the symphony is working so beautifully together, and they're making this amazing music called Symphonium that we're wearing. So that's Symphonium. That's all I have for you about Symphonium today. It's a really delicious treat. It is a little on the pricey side, but go check it out and see all the info on the Xerjoff Universe website, and then come back to me and let me know what your thoughts are. And again, as I said, There was a 2015 version of Symphonium. There was a 2020. Have you tried either of those? I'm not sure if there's any differences between them. This is the only one I've tried, and I'm in love. Literally in love. And delicious heaven. That's what it is. Anyway, that's all Symphonium. Please let me know if you like the idea of Symphonium. Put a comment down so I can find out. And also, like I said, if you have tried Symphonium in the past, let me know. Put some comments down so I can find out. Either way, guys, thanks so much for tuning in today. Another delicious treat from Xerjoff, a delicious gourmand treat. Really, really wonderful to wear. I hope you guys get to try it and check it out and see what you think. Test it out and all that good stuff. And then if you do, come back and do put a comment after the fact and let me know what your thoughts are on this. Anyway, appreciate you tuning in today. If you have any questions or comments, please list below. Please like this video. Please share it. Follow me on Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram, and I'll be back with more videos very soon. Have a good one. Goodbye.